So last night was nerve-wracking for me. I picked up 2 of the 5 votes that counted, but now there's 5 original Tier Waka members to the 3 tier original Te Ika members, and we could put a 5-person alliance up, but I still feel like me and Jim had something going, and I feel like I don't want to put that to rest just yet. So I don't know where you 3 stand, but I felt like we had something good going on, and I just don't want to put that to rest just yet. Yeah, well, I think we had something good going on. I mean, I didn't vote with you at the first Moose Tribal. I mean, technically we didn't ask, but you didn't vote with us at last Tribal, so maybe we can just put all this to rest and work together. Yep. So Mike comes up to me and says, we had a good thing going on, we just shouldn't lose that, and I agree, but me and him have not been really on the same page for a while, so I don't know 100% if this is going to go through, but if we maybe work towards it, maybe me and him can make something big happen, and maybe me, Phoebe and Carl can start slowly taking control of this game again, because after Steve's elimination, we could be on the bottom, and I don't like that. Well, we could be in a bad situation. Yeah, with Steve gone, they could easily just form a Tier Waka only alliance and take us out. Yeah, so what do we do? Well, I had a talk with Mike. He's pretty good at reuniting this kind of, duo that me and him kind of had, because he did save me at the tribal before the merge started. So we could reunite something with him, and maybe he just brings an ally from that side and we have a 5. But who would we take out? Probably Lena. I'm pretty sure on that side she's on the bottom anyway, so I think that side might be pretty keen to get rid of her. But I think the other 4 are quite strong. So at the moment I'm trying to play this game to the beat of my own drum. I'm in a 3-person alliance that's kind of a majority if the other 5 decide to work together. But Jim's pretty certain that he could have Mike on board. But that still has a 4v4, so I think my goal over the next few days is to try and get someone to flip onto our side, just to help my team out and give me a case for why I should win at final 3 if I get there. So do you know how Steve was one big strategic player? Yeah, I have a feeling Jim will be the same person now that we're at final 8 and Steve's gone. Yeah, I see him that way too. I mean, he had a good pre-merge, and he has good jury rep a little bit. And he's been a bit quiet, but no, he doesn't really have many enemies, and he's got a good strategic game. Yeah, so if the time comes, I think we need to get rid of him. I mean, if he's pretty sure that Mike would bring an ally from that 5 and work with us 3, that means we can go to the final 5 and then maybe take him out around there. But we might need to keep our eyes open for an opportunity earlier than that. Yep, I agree. So I think Jim's a big threat. I still need to work with him for a bit because we're not in a really good, comfortable position. But when the time comes, I should maybe consider trying to get rid of him, because he's going to be a big threat and a bit of a dangerous player to take to the final 3. I don't know when that's going to be. Final 5 seems to be the best bet, but I'm still keeping my eyes open. We've got 3 more rounds to get there, and if anything comes up where we could potentially take him out, I'm going to take it, because I wanted Steve to go out. I wanted to take out Steve because I knew he was a big threat, but somebody else stole my move, so I need to come up with a different move, and I think taking out Jim might be that new move. So I'm okay with taking Jim out. I think Jim is a big threat. I don't think we need to take him out right now. He is still my closest ally and the person I can trust the most. What I am upset about is that Carl is the person who's probably coming up with the idea, so he'll take credit for it. So that annoys me, because this is the move I wanted to make, but honestly, I don't really know why I'm complaining, because I don't think I have such a big, target on my back. I think, honestly, Jim or Carl do, because, Carl's physical, Jim's strategic, so I have time to come up with a potential blindside against either somebody else, or just go through with a potential plan of trying to get rid of Jim sooner or later. The thing I'm worried about is getting to the final 3 and not having a big enough move by my name to ensure that I win the $1 million. I mean, I just wanted to talk to you for. I know we've had our kind of differences, but I think since we've got like a majority over them, I think we shouldn't let this opportunity slide. It's an easy way of getting to the final five and stuff, and then we battle it out from there. I mean, I'm fine with it. Yep, I'm good. Sure. Okay. With such a prime chance of getting to the final five and then hopefully making it to the final three from there, I can't let the opportunity slide. I think it's going to be difficult. I mean, like, I don't know where Lucas stands. I'm pretty sure he'll be fine with it. I mean, going forward with, Lena might be difficult for some of us, but, you know, I think once Final Five hits and we've got rid of those three tier eco members, Lena will go regardless, and then probably Mike. Something like that will happen. I think it's a pretty easy plan, a pretty simple plan to get to the final three with the two people I trust the most. But also, I think it's a plan that ensures that I probably win the season. So, I'm fine with this final five idea. I don't know how well it's going to go, but at the moment I think it's my best shot to get to the final three. Honestly think I do have a good enough resume built up so far to win the game. I mean, I'm good in immunity challenges. I've got an alright social game, but I've been able to get myself into like a position where I haven't really been on the chopping block, where I felt like I was in a good position, where I felt like I knew what was going on. Obviously last tribal didn't really go my way, but that's really beside the point. I've not been targeted once, and I think that's something that should be known. I mean, there's other players who haven't been targeted, but like I've just been in a position where I've been under the radar, and I've been in a good position at most tribals, and I think that's a good enough resume for me to be able to win. But now it's just, how do I get to the final three from here? And I think this final five idea is going to work. Sarah, I mean, like, I love the idea. I don't mind going forward with it. I just, once that final five hits, how do I ensure that I stay here? I mean, well, think about it. I mean, Mike's a bit of a loose cannon. He's got a good winner story. Maybe we take him out final five. And then I don't know. I mean, I like Lucas and Marjorie. I'll be honest, it's going to be hard for you to convince me to keep them. But I think that's why you should join the final five idea, is it gives you time to think why, I should keep you around at final four or final five. And you know, I'm thinking about it, like, I still think me and you had a good thing going on early in the game, and potentially that could carry on to final five. But I'm just saying, I like everybody in that alliance I try to form. Well, hopefully it goes through, and all I'm saying is I can't really trust that you'll survive past final five. I mean, I appreciate you for being honest, I guess. So I'm being beaten up so far for a while. I'm in a bad position sometimes, and so just to be in a majority alliance is cool because, well, realistically, I actually haven't been in a majority alliance yet. But the thing is once we get to that final five situation, Sarah can't promise me that I'll make it any further than that, and that's what worries me. I didn't just fight my ass off the bottom with an idol to get taken out at final five. That's not happening. I mean, I could potentially just do what she says and try and get good connections. I mean, I've kind of got a little bit of a connection with Mike and Marjorie, but I don't know if Marjorie fully trusts me. The thing is that I could go looking for the idol, but I don't want to put a big target on my back because I know I already have one. So I need to think about this really carefully. And I know I can. How am I going to get to the final three from the position I'm in? I've probably got a final five built up, but from final five to final three is 2 more votes. So that's going to be quite difficult to survive. Thanks for saving me. Yeah, you're welcome. You didn't get any stick from Sarah and Lucas, did you? That's what I was worried about when I casted my vote for Steve, because I thought maybe I would ruin trust with them, but it didn't really happen, so I think everything's okay. That's good. I'm just wondering, maybe we could be swing votes. What do you mean? Well, I know it's kind of hypocritical for us to work with those 4 a bit, and then just flipping them for no particular reason and work with the other 3 on the bottom. But I really don't think we should tie ourselves to any one alliance. What do you mean? If the 2 of us work together, we could literally control this game. We could jump from side to side and take out people just depending on whether we want them in the game or not. What do you mean? So I've got this connection with Jim, and if we work with Jim, Carl and Phoebe, we could take out, I don't know, Lena or something. And I don't think like Sarah or Lucas would get like really annoyed with that. And then all of a sudden we have the option to then flip again and take out, I don't know, Jim if we needed to or something, if we stuck with them. I think it's a pretty simple plan that allows us to control the game from the two of us. Yeah, but like, what if they catch on? They might want to vote us out. They won't, and then they won't succeed because... Just don't tell anybody about this, but I have been more enjoyable. Really? Well, when you put it like that, maybe we should. So, I've come up with the idea that me and Marjorie just control the game and bounce between alliances, because I don't think we should tie ourselves to any one alliance. I think that's just the simple way of playing this game. This is Season 4. This is New School Survivor. And I just have a feeling, with my idol, I think it's going to be a bit of a foolproof plan. Well, we at least have one chance at failing. Because I don't know if I'm 100% confident that after I play it for the first time, if we'll be able to find it again. But the most important thing about this plan is we must maintain good relationships with people. It is a bit risky, but if it works, I potentially will win this game, and I like those odds, and I'm willing to do it for those odds alone. So me and Mike, Mike especially, have come up with the idea that maybe we should like be a duo, which we already were, but like jump between alliances, making moves that we want to make, which is good. But I'm worried about like what happens if they catch wind. He has an idol, which is even better. I'm willing to do it. I think the move I made at last Tribal was a big move, and I think I can put that on my final 3 resume if I make it there. I just need to be careful of Mike's game, because if he gets there, he could potentially beat me. And there's other players as well, like people like Jim, Sarah. They've also had very good games as well. I've got to be careful of them. But at the moment, maybe the person who's my biggest competitor is the person I probably trust the most. Are you ready to get to your first individual immunity challenge of the season? Yeah. Okay, for today's challenge, all 8 of you will race out to get over this wall. Then you will race to try and get onto one of these pedestals. Last person to make it will be eliminated. We will go through each round, and the last person standing will win immunity, safe from the vote. Losers Trouble Council, where somebody will be the 9th person voted out for this game, and will join Lindsay and Steve on the jury. Okay, well, we'll draw for spots, and then we'll get started. Okay, everybody is in position. Survivors ready? Go! Lucas races out far in front of the field. He is leading this challenge. Everybody else needs to pick it up. Lucas is flying over the wall. Lucas gets over the wall. Carl and Lena are fighting their way over the wall. Lucas gets a podium. Lena and Carl make it over the wall. Jim and Phoebe are making their way over the wall. Everybody else is struggling to make it past this first stage. Carl and Lena managed to get a podium. Jim and Phoebe have made their way over the wall. Mike is finding his way over the wall. Sarah and Marjorie are still struggling. Jim and Phoebe have found the podium. Mike makes it over the wall. Sarah and Marjorie are making their way over the wall. Mike makes his way to a podium. Marjorie is playing it slow and steady. Meanwhile, Sarah has fallen off the wall, putting her massively behind. Sarah trying to get back in this challenge. Marjorie going really slow over the wall. Marjorie makes it over the wall. Sarah is trying to get over the wall. Sarah makes it over the wall. But will it be too late? It will be. Marjorie takes the final podium, meaning Sarah becomes the first person now for this challenge. 5 podiums, 7 people. The last 2 people to make it will be eliminated. Survivors ready? Go! Once again, Lucas and Carl really quick out of the gate, but Carl seems to be going much quicker. Everybody else is taking their sweet time. Carl makes it over. Lucas is going slower over the wall. Phoebe is catching up. Carl gets the first podium. Lucas and Phoebe make their way over the wall. Jim and Lena are making their way over the wall. Phoebe and Lucas take a podium. Lena and Jim have made their way over the wall, while Mike and Marjorie are trying to fight their way back into this challenge. Mike gets over. Marjorie's taking her time again, but it's too late. Jim and Lena make their way to a podium. They take the final 2 podiums, meaning Mike and Marjorie are out of this challenge. 5 races, 4 podiums. Last one to finish will be eliminated. Survivors ready? Go! Carl and Phoebe are really quick to get over that wall. This time there is no sight of Lucas. Carl and Phoebe make their way over the wall, but it is a 3-way tie to get over the wall for Lucas, Jim and Lena. Carl and Phoebe make it to their podium, but Jim, Lena and Lucas jump down at the same time. Lucas seems to get to his podium quite comfortably. It is a full-on race between Lena and Jim though. Oh, but Lena gets it, meaning Jim is out of this challenge. 4 competitors, 1 podium. The person who makes it will win immunity and will be safe from the vote. Survivors ready? Go! Everybody else is running out while Lucas is flying over the wall. Lucas makes it over the wall while everybody else seems to have made it to the wall, but they're trying to figure out how to climb it. Lucas quite comfortably gets to the podium first. Never in question. He flew over that wall and everybody else was left in his dust. Congratulations, Lucas, you win immunity. Congratulations, Lucas, on winning immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 7. As for the rest of you, Tribal Council tonight, where somebody will be the 9th person voted out of this game and the 3rd member of the jury. It will not be you. Alright, grab your stuff, head back to camp. I'll see you tonight. So, the important thing about winning immunity challenges is you need to know your competition. And that first, round, I didn't go as hard out as I could have. Made Carl, fight for it a little bit harder, so the next few rounds he would have wanted it more. And he did, so I laid back a bit. Had some rest, took some rest, because I knew I could beat anybody else when I needed to. And so Carl and Phoebe, they got tired, and they were my biggest competitors in the end. So in that last round, I was able to gas it. So that's just a classic example of you just need to work smarter, not harder. Well, congratulations, Lucas. Yeah, congratulations, man. I just didn't have enough energy in that last round. Yeah, well, that was kind of the idea. Well, that was another immunity challenge where I came so close to winning it. So I really wouldn't be surprised if I get targeted tonight. Because while I am strong, Lucas, who could be in that majority alliance that could try and take me out, could value me as a big threat and want to take me out. So I'm nervous. Hopefully, Mike might be with us. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he brings another ally across so we have a 5. Otherwise, I could be going home tonight. So, who do we vote for? Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, to be honest, I think everyone might be looking at Jim because, yeah, he's strategic and stuff, but, Carl and, Phoebe, they slip under everyone's radar. Carl had good connections with Steve, so we could have good jury rep, and they're both very strong. And honestly, I think since they have, no enemies and stuff, hands up who hates both of those two. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. They're also very strong in challenges, and I just think it wouldn't be such a dumb idea to maybe put a vote on Phoebe or Carl. Yeah, no, I agree, but which one of those two? Carl's stronger, but I think Phoebe probably has the better chance of, winning. I think she's had, a better, overall game. Alright, so are we voting Phoebe? I guess so. So, even though I created this, alliance thingy, it's important that I just don't go, all in and start shouting out names and telling people what to do and stuff. It's important that my alliance have their own say. So I think we came to the idea that Phoebe is kind of the target. And I'm fine with it. So hopefully Phoebe goes home tonight. I don't see why she wouldn't. And at the moment, I feel like I'm in a comfortable position. Hey guys, this is Marjorie. Hey Marjorie. I think you guys all know her, but she's the ally I think I should bring across. Hey Marjorie. So the move we're kind of coming up with is Lena. I think it's like, well, overall, like we don't want to like bombard you with too many strategic moves and stuff. And I just think we can all agree on like Lena's name is like, well, she's not really, well, she's not like the nicest person. I'll put it out there. I'll just say it. She's played an idol. She might have a good strategic game. I just feel like we can all agree on her. Yep. I mean, we're fine with it. I mean, we kind of were in an alliance with her, but I don't know if that was really gonna last. No, it wasn't really gonna last. Well, there you go. So we'll think about it. We're open to doing it. Well, thank you. Yeah, hopefully you guys work with us. I hope Mike and Marjorie work with me. I haven't like really truly done a lot to convince them. My way of doing it was picking Lena as a target because I don't think those two really trust her. I think it's the name that anybody can really agree on, and I don't want to bombard them with a lot of strategy that they resent us. I have tried to put a little bit of work into Mike to try and make sure he flips because, well, I think Mike saved me, so I think it's fair that like me and him like start working together, and hopefully if he does vote for Lena, then maybe me and him could go like a long way. But I just need to survive tonight's tribal council in order for that to really happen. So what do you think? Well, I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, options-wise, Phoebe might be a bigger move because like Lucas said, she's under the radar, she doesn't have many enemies. She may have had a bit of gameplay and like game plan than like some others, and she's quite physical. But Lena on the other hand, I mean, she has that idle play, for instance. I mean, she is a bit of an ass when she kind of wants to be. But it's like a name that you don't have to put like a lot of thought into, and it's like an easy name to put down and stuff. You know, it's kind of a simple vote. Yep, there's pros and cons to both of them. All I'm thinking of is if we do it, do we lose trust with like Sarah and Lucas? I know we're kind of closer to them, but I feel like even if we did vote Lena, we still have like a majority if we decide to work with them next round. I mean, yeah, there's that as well. And I guess we have the either if things go south. I've got a good connection with Sarah, and I just don't want that to be lost. That's all I'm worried about. So tonight's vote has some complications, because I'm kind of more leaning towards voting for Lena, because if I vote Phoebe and just go with like the majority, then I mean I lose kind of trust with Jim because Phoebe is Jim's closest ally. But if I vote Lena and then Marjorie votes for Phoebe, we go to a tied vote. And then I feel pressured to flip, even though I probably won't because I'll just stay calm in that situation. I mean, I might not do much like in the real world, but I do play some poker, and when I bluff, I just stay strong. And so if we do happen to go down to a tied situation, I don't mind going down to rocks, because, well, I might be acting a bit differently because it will be my ass on the line. But yeah, if we do tie, it might be messy and stuff. I don't want it to be messy, so if I don't want it to be messy, I might as well just vote Phoebe. But I don't want to I want to keep up good connections with Jim. Can I just ask you something? Sure. If I were to not vote with you guys, would you potentially see me as a threat and not want to work with me? Well, we do have that deal that we made on day one, so I personally wouldn't. I don't know about Lucas or Lena or Mike. I'm not quite sure why you're not thinking of flipping. No, not at the moment. All I'm thinking of is well, if I were to potentially flip later on, because we're gonna start getting to that point in that game, and I've been quite worried about it. I just need to know where you sit. I mean, I'm fine with it. Cool, that's all I needed to know. So that conversation was a bit weird, but what am I meant to do if she is flipping? I mean, I can only stay true to my guns. I don't think she'll be wanting to get rid of me out anyway, she probably wouldn't flip if I was the target anyway, because me and her have that, well, obvious connection. I mean, like, I don't know what to do though, because if she is flipping, I can't really go up to Jim, Phoebe, or Carl and say, hey, join our side. We've only like 5 minutes to go to tribal. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's weird, but I've just got to stay strong. I don't think it will be me. I am a bit nervous now, but hopefully she is telling the truth and she isn't flipping. But if she is, like I said, I probably won't get mad at her. So tonight's vote could get messy. I mean, the only reason why I went to talk to Sarah about that was just give me some reassurance. If she probably said no, or something like, yeah, we probably would get offended and maybe a bit angry, I probably would have just voted Phoebe. But since she said yes, that now makes me think, well, who's the biggest, like, threat? What would be the most strategic move? Potentially voting Lena would send the biggest statement, as like, that would probably be the biggest shock. Well, if I voted Phoebe, I reckon that might be a bigger move, because I don't think Lena has, like, much of a chance of winning at the final 3. The only thing is what's Mike going to do? And that's what kind of worries me, because even though I think Mike might lean towards more doing Lena, I don't know that for sure. Welcome, Widow, to your 3rd merged tribal council. First things first, we're bringing the members of the jury, Lindsay and Steve, voted out at last night's tribal council. Okay, Lucas, you win another immunity challenge for the 2nd time in a row this season. How does that make you feel? It makes me feel great. Obviously having this necklace walking into tribal is just a complete win. I mean, not many people get to say they won 2 times in a row, but it will put a big physical target on my back. But there's other people in this game that also should have a big physical target on their back, and I think people need to consider that as well. So, Phoebe, you've gone close in the last couple of immunity challenges. How does Lucas's statement there make you feel? A little bit nervous, I must admit, but that's just what the game does to you. It makes you nervous. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw my name come up. I mean, anything can happen tonight, Jeff. So, Jim, how do you base your vote on tonight? Pretty simple question. Well, basically just seeing how we can survive tonight's vote. I mean, we might want to make this vote simple just to make sure we just survive 3 more nights. We might want to make this vote as complicated as possible just to, like, make the jury over there make us look good and say, hey, once we get to the final 3, I did this, and I think that's why you should vote for me. With 5 votes left to go, Mike, has there been a lot of discussion about maybe a potential final 3 or something? There's been plenty of talk about final 3 action and stuff. I think with the final 3 this season instead of the traditional final 2, it makes it a little bit harder to win in the end. And so you want to take people that you think aren't big threats, but it's just, how do you get there is the hard thing. Okay, with that, it is time to vote. Lena, you'll start us off. Phoebe, I think you're a much bigger player than you are letting on, and that is the reason why I'm voting you out tonight. Lena, I think the only way for my alliance to move forward is if you're gone, so this is pretty self-explanatory. I'll tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. No? Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Phoebe. Second vote, Lena. That's 1 vote Phoebe, 1 vote Lena. Third vote, Lena. That's 2 votes Lena. Fourth vote, Phoebe. We're tied. 2 votes Lena, 2 votes Phoebe, 4 votes left. Fifth vote, Lena. Sixth vote, Phoebe. We're tied again. 3 votes Lena, 3 votes Phoebe, 2 votes left. Seventh vote, Lena. That's 4 votes Lena, 3 votes Phoebe, 1 vote left. The 8th vote, and the 9th person voted out, and the 3rd member of the jury. Lena, that's 5, that's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Lena, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, another merged tribal council, yet another blindside. I can expect a lot of great things from this 7. Grab your torches, you're back to camp. Good night. Well, I made it to the jury. I had to fight my ass to get it there though, and I'm honestly quite disappointed.
I mean, I was never really in a comfortable position, and the first real vote where I felt like I was in a comfortable position is the vote I get voted out, and to me that sounds pretty ironic, to be honest. I'm just a bit disappointed because I fought really, really hard to get in a comfortable position. I played an idol, I was on the bottom, had to win immunity challenges, and it just didn't pay off.
This was a tough game. I respect everybody still in the game. I don't want to leave bitter, even though I can feel it deep down. Good luck to the rest of the 7, and I can't wait to cast my vote.